Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video on this channel. Today, I'll be talking about CLC, a group with a lot of potential that went through everything and ended with a somewhat sad conclusion. We'll be looking into what happened in their career that prevented them from achieving the success they so deserved. So without further ado, let's get started. ktube Entertainment is a very influential record label in South Korea due to the number of popular groups they've had, including 4Minute, which was the last girl group they made before CLC. Before debuting, CLC had already done a reality show called CLC Love Chemistry, in which they sang on the streets to earn money, donating it to organizations that help children with disabilities in Korea. The debut was highly anticipated, as it was the company's first girl group with members from various nationalities. The members were Seunghee, Yujin, Seungyeon, Sorn, and Yeon. Companies often debut new groups with concepts similar to previous groups so that fans of those groups pay attention to the new group, allowing them to start with a small fan base. 4Minute was known for having a strong, brave concept, so people didn't understand why CLC debuted with a more retro dance concept. Even so, they debuted in 2015 with Peppy. It had its audience and gained considerable recognition, but at that time, the competition was fierce. Many groups like Twice or iKON were emerging, so it was hard for the general public to recognize them. After almost a year, 2 more members were added to the group, Yunbin and elkie, according to the company. Yunbin was initially planned to debut in CLC, but the debut was delayed, so they decided to send her to participate in Produce 101. The issue was that Yunbin became quite popular on the show and had a chance of making it into the final group. The problem was that ktube got too excited and started thinking about the future instead of focusing on the present. They saw Yunbin as a way to increase CLC's popularity, so they announced during the show that she would be joining CLC. It was said, if Yunbin doesn't make it through Produce 101, she will be joining CLC and continue working in the group. If she does become one of the final winners, then she will be meeting fans through the Produce 101 group. This was a big mistake, since announcing plans for what you'll do with your trainee if she doesn't win the show, especially when she was in the top 16, caused people to lose interest in her and in her possible debut with IOI. It was almost like sabotage. As a result, Yunbin ended up being disqualified and added to CLC along with elkie, forming the 7-member group we know today. The addition of 2 members didn't make the group more popular, their sales stayed the same, until the members, with a low budget and a PowerPoint, managed to change their path.
We are CLC, go!
Apparently, the members didn't like their pure concept. As unrealistic as it may seem, CLC trained to debut with a more mature concept. And at the last minute before their debut, adjustments were made to a cuter concept, with the choreography of Peppy toned down and the brass harmonies that gave the song a more mature vibe removed. ktube didn't seem to have a problem with the concept, so Sorn made a whole PowerPoint in representation of the members with everything they wanted to do, with pictures and outfits that they could wear. It was then that they released Hobgoblin, a song very different from everything they had done before, and it was well received. Especially by international fans who were listening to the group for the first time. They transitioned from their bubblegum pop, cutesy look to a darker and more charismatic concept. Their popularity grew, and one might think they would maintain this concept, but no, as a few months later, they returned with Where Are You? So many changes confused the fans, and made it so that many casual listeners didn't follow the group, as those who liked this, didn't like this. Even recently, Sorn has said that the members were not in agreement with so many changes. I suppose ktube realized the increase in sales that CLC had with the girl crush concept and intended for it to be maintained with any concept, which didn't happen. So they released music similar to Hobgoblin, like Black Dress or No, with which they won their first win after 4 years with some of these songs. ktube was against releasing them or in Black Dress, where the company didn't want that song to be the title track, but To the Sky. Thank God the members fought for it, because it would have been a tremendous mistake. But after that, ktube debuted j-idle, a group that had immediate success, which led them to abandon CLC and focus on the new group that was bringing in so much money. Even so, after that, they released Me, Devil and Helicopter. Their popularity was slowly growing until in 2020, elkie sent a legal notice to ktube to terminate her contract, as she was not being paid for her activities and the company had stopped providing developmental support to the entire group. She said, "When the company said it would no longer be investing resources into CLC, I felt that there was no reason to stay on. As an idol, I just wanted to reach out to fans through my work. If I wasn't allowed to do that, not being able to give back to the fans, I couldn't accept it." It was revealed that Devil was initially intended to be their last comeback. At the time, ktube Entertainment reportedly had no further plans for the group after that release, meaning they would stop actively promoting CLC. However, fans' strong support and petitions led ktube to grant them one more comeback with Helicopter in 2020. elkie also spoke about everything she had suffered under ktube, and something very relevant she said was, "I feel that the agency had been too out of line and I am very disappointed. The frequency of CLC's releases was so low, sometimes taking a year to release new songs and albums." This reminded to the incident that happened with the song Love I and Rose, the popular debut song of izone, which actually belonged to CLC. They had already recorded the song. Were giving hints about their comeback with Roses, and had the choreography ready when suddenly the song was given to izone. The members talked about this on an interview.
맞습니다. 저희가 녹음도 끝냈던 곡이어서 저희도 사실 나중에 이 소식을 알았을 때 많이 놀라긴 했지만요. 이 가요계에서는 자주 있는 일이어서 아깝긴 해도 뭔가 막 슬프거나 그런 느낌은 전혀 없어요. 더 좋은 주인을 찾아간 건 아닐까라고 생각합니다.
The management of ktube was very poor. After so much time, CLC didn't have a full album, a light stick, or any support from the company. After that, ktube seems to have focused on the solo activities of the members. Some members debuted as soloists, released songs, but especially let's take a look at Yujin's case. She participated in Girls Planet 999, which surprised many since it's a program where trainees compete to debut in a group, and Yujin had already been in the industry for many years with CLC. In the early episodes, Yujin clarified the situation that CLC was going through.
팀 활동을 안 한다는 얘기를 해가지고 회사에서
People were very confused. Was CLC disbanded or not? Was Yujin's words in the program the official statement of their disbandment? Some members had left ktube, and with Yujin debuting in another group, the situation didn't look good, so in May 2022, ktube announced that CLC had disbanded in a very brief statement. The girls are now following their own paths, but it's clear that they have a lot of affection for each other and want to make music together. Yunbin said they had to wait for Yujin to return from Kep1er to continue making music, and Sorn confirmed that they hadn't disbanded.
We did not disband. We're still a thing. Right now, everyone is just doing their own thing at the moment. But it's a girl group that has 7 girls. CLC did not disband yet, guys.
Now that most of them are out of ktube, they have talked about how they experienced their time within the company. Sorn said that the conditions were bad even before their debut, but they wanted to debut, and she also explained why they didn't renew their contracts. When it came time for members to decide whether to renew their respective contracts, Sorn explained that they all had communicated to ktube that they wanted to continue promoting as CLC. The company had different plans, though, instead, ktube Entertainment wanted each member to promote individually. The girls did not see a reason to stay with the company if they were no longer going to be CLC. The poor promotion reached such a point that songs like Me or Devil were not released on platforms like iTunes or Google Play Music, which severely limited them. Additionally, their last Japanese comeback called Charisma wasn't even published on YouTube. And not only that, but the choice of songs hasn't always been the best, like when fans were completely disappointed by the comeback and even when fan cams of Yujin started getting attention. ktube would copyright strike people who made them viral, ruining any hype they could have had. It's difficult to know what will happen with the group. Surely the rights to the songs and the group name belong to ktube. Additionally, Yunbin, who is the only member still under the label, I don't think is contractually allowed to release music with former members of the company. For context, Each member left the company at different times and Yujin hasn't been acknowledged by ktube since last year. I don't think it will happen anytime soon, so if there is a reunion with all 7 members, it will be a long time from now. Which is sad because they had so much potential, the girls care about each other a lot, and this whole situation was never fair to them. The girls had everything to succeed, a good lineup with heavenly vocals, dancers that are easily one of the best in K-pop, and members that are so present on the internet that bring a lot of attention to the group, but sadly, never really managed to take off as they deserved to do.
And this has been all. I hope you like it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did. It would help me a lot. See ya.